This is just AMZN for Friday, July 12th, 2019. Really range bound day, really small candle. This is the 5 minute of how things played out today. Got a big open candle and then some pullback. Put a hammer in, hammer type candle. What is this one? Dragonfly doji? Something like that. With a long lower tail. And then that rallied, but it reversed or threw an invert hammer right up at the next line. So we're just bouncing between 2005, 2013. Actually did this breakout. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it'll actually keep going, make a new high in the day. Nope, double tops, comes back down, and then actually retests that neckline really nicely. Has two inverted hammers right here, and that starts to roll over. We can't even get back down to 2005. So really small day, ends up being a bullish day, and really small inside candle, really range bound in here. I'm trying to remember if we had a small candle back over here like that. And we were making them in here. So right in this range, I guess that one. So it's interesting. We made a similar candle. Let's see, the range on this was 1764. I don't think we got that far today. Maybe we did. Nope, 1313. Really small candle. Let's see, this one was 1109. So really small candle after some big candles, big move. It's a rest. Still hasn't even touched the 5 after this big candle here. So we could still pull back a little bit more. We could do another small candle. Significant volume drop from the previous day. This is kind of back to the volume we're having where it was just kind of slowly grinding up. So, it has that potential. It could just slowly grind up some more and move up to the all-time high. So yeah, it really just needs to get back above 2013 to and then get above the highs of the day, make a new high. Actually, yeah, this is the first day we've made a lower high in all month, right? We started on the 26th or the 27th is when we started making a new high. What's interesting here is we had a large kind of pullback candle here and here, made an inside candle after it, then started to make higher highs. This is the first, it's these two is that kind of pattern. We made an inside bullish candle. This was underneath the resistance here. I don't think we're anywhere near me repeating that up higher. So we'll just have to see if we do have some sort of move up into this, or if that's it. If make a high here, we pull back a little bit more, and then take a little longer to keep going, and then just like I said, keep going. Something like this with another S curve. We could get a little S curve here too, or maybe that is what we're getting. So stay bullish, but it's okay for it to rest. And so just set your risk appropriately. I looked at some of the options, but really the only one that made sense was like the 2010 call or 2010 put, because you're right about at the money from where it opened. You're a little bit in the money, it pulls back, puts in that hammer, and it would have been pretty close to like a 4x3 in this range. It's just maybe looking at 2015, but then you definitely would have been out of the money. So the 2010 was a good one because it held the value here, held that low, really probably looking for 3x2 instead of 4x3. And then that was just a quick move up to $6. Pulled back through here where some folks probably thought, okay, it's going to go down, so they're selling, or we can look at the puts to see what's going on there. Then ultimately had a little more rally. There's the double top. Here's the retest, and at this point, it's like, okay, as it's up here, you shouldn't be getting into the calls. This is the last 2 hours of the day. You should be looking at the puts, and so that would have been right in here. This is the 2010 puts, and they were just really flat through here. And it really didn't do much. I mean, it could have been a setup where you got in at 1 and a stop at 0, but you would have flipped it out for maybe an R up here at 2, something like that. And so, really on a small day like this, it's just hard to get something going, even when it's playing out with the lines so well. Bounce here, reverse here, double top, neckline, retracement, and rollover. To really catch this, I mean, I'm looking at the 2010 puts right here, and you're you're out of the money, you're trying to get into the money, and it doesn't move very far. So let's go back and look at 2015. Maybe the 2015 would have been better, just for the move that it had. Yeah, I guess here, 4x3 would have worked. Would have worked a lot better than the 2010. So yeah, held this low through here around noon pretty well the rest of the day, and that was even though this was happening. Let's see, that was from 1150 through 1225. So 1150. Go smaller. 1150 through 1225. So during that time that it looked like it was breaking out, the option pulled back, but still held within kind of a dollar range. And that's nice to see. At this point, you could have been getting in 4x3 over here as it's breaking down if you got filled on this candle rather than waiting. I mean, you made a quick 2R up to 6. But if you missed it and left the order open for half an hour or an hour, which I don't recommend doing for option expiration Friday, so if you can watch it, otherwise you're going to have to be checking it regularly to see every 5, 15, definitely every 30 minutes, seeing okay, did this play out? And it pulled back, would have filled you at 4, and then you could have gotten out at 6. Maybe 7 here, but probably 6 again because that's how it went here. So would have been able to repeat the trade here and here. But yeah, that's as far as it got. I mean, it didn't do a full rollover down here, which I think is still pretty bullish. Made lower highs in the day, higher lows in the day, just a really small indecision candle here, much lower volume. And so if we zoom back out on 5, you can see you've got kind of some downtrending resistance and then some uptrending support if the triangle doesn't get any bigger. I mean, if this triangle holds, it'll look, I can draw that a little tighter and then something like this. So if this triangle holds, we start to break out bullish tomorrow. Yeah, so something like that. I mean, you're pretty close to these highs. You're pretty close to these highs. Pretty close to the low. Pretty close to the lows. I guess maybe we can get a little closer in here. And this is what I'm not crazy about. That's what makes me think maybe we'll go a little higher because it's cleaner if I draw it, I think, like that. And I'm up a little bit more here. And so let me zoom in on this and see. Yeah, I like that a little more, but oops, too far. I like this a little more, grabbing these highs and not touching these highs. I think there's a little more room to go up. And these, I think we're pretty good with the low here, the low here. I'm going to kind of discount that one, and then the low here and here. I kind of like that. So depending on where things open up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it like this, and so it shouldn't get distorted with new candles. What was that? Okay. As long as I do it within time that has already played out in here, it shouldn't distort it for whenever things happen tomorrow. Because obviously this is not happening tomorrow. It's actually going to be trading over in the pre-market and then during the day. So hopefully this triangle stays in place for tomorrow night's video. I can see, okay, what did we do? Did we run up in? If I can extend this to the right. Extend to the right. Extend to the right. Do we continue moving in a couple hours of the day in this range, and then do we break out or break down? But I think there's a triangle forming here, and if it does go bullish, I think we'll see something like this. I think we'll see something like this where we'll kind of run back up into that and come back and then go like that. So tomorrow, Monday, could be, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Monday could be another day like that, like 6.5 hours. That could be 6.5 hours of the market being open. And then on Tuesday, we could get this continued move up. So that would be a nice way to chop sideways, people get in directionally bullish or bearish. It's just not going yet. Doesn't have to go. That fits really well with back to the daily. That fits really well with what happened. Oh no, that's hard to see. I spotted it and then I zoomed in. Okay, let me zoom in again. Okay, if we do, no, not that one. This one. See, jump around. If this candle, let me draw it. If Friday's candle here, that isn't even pointing in the right place. If this candle here is like this candle, because this candle is this candle. So if we have these candle pairs here, repeating again here, totally possible. Then, let me see if I can do that. We could have something like this continue. And if that happens, then select. I don't have enough room on the screen to show. It'd be something like this. Or we could be running up and hit like 20, what is that going to be, like 2100, 2150? I mean, it could happen, right? So I was saying Tuesday possibly have a new all-time high. That would be Monday, Tuesday, and we wouldn't get there. So then it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, pushing up, probably contending. So still definitely a possibility to contend with it this week. I thought we would still have a bigger move here up into this and hit, here. Yeah, I thought we would get up here for this target. So not target, but X marks the spot. Yeah, target. So 15th, 16th, still possible. That'd be more aggressive than I just drew that for these candles. So I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens. But I'm seeing a couple times where we've been bullish on this rally here. We have a small candle. This one was not inside the previous bearish candle, but we have that small candle move up, small candle move down, continue higher. Same here. Small candle move up from this one. Move, it's a candle that moves down, not a small, and then a move up. So if we get a candle that moves up and then down, and even if it pulls back to the 5 and then bounces from there, I mean, that would be, like I said, that'd be Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we can continue up. So we'll see how aggressive things start out Monday and see if it just gets going or if it's going to wait. And I'll be back for another video to see how things could have played, how we could have played things in the chart. So hope you enjoyed this video. This is just AMZN.